cut the video off because my son came in. But anyway, they came in. This is part 2. And they said that no amount of steroid shots or anything is going to help this. They said that they could refer me to a spinal cord specialist, but there wasn't any in West Virginia. But they said that this was pretty much the end of the road. He had stage 5 cancer. Anyway, the cancer was in his blood, and she was trying to explain to me, but I told her, I said, I already know. Mom was diagnosed on February 20th last year with cancer, stage 4 metastatic melanoma. We found out because her spine, it was in her spine, and her spinal cord broke in 3 sections. Anyway, she had went to a neurosurgeon, and they had discovered that it was cancer. And then later, of course, we found out that it was skin cancer that had spread to the bone. It was in her spinal cord, her skull, shoulder blade. Then it went to her lungs and liver. So I told it, I already know. I already know how cancer works. And I know that he's in the final stage. So they said that, his life, his quality of life was over. Anyway, I called my son, and I told him that, he had a say in this too. So he came over, talked to the doctors, and in the meantime, I asked them, could I take Tommy outside? I always try to do, things with him that, cats usually don't typically get a chance to do. So I wanted him, as an indoor cat, to feel the grass on his paws and feel the breeze on his face, and just to look at the beautiful Appalachian Mountains. And he perked up. Oh, he loved it. His little head, he was looking around. And, I saw that glimmer of him. And he enjoyed it. He'd stick out his head, just feel that wind. And, I was second guessing. But then when he'd start to walk, and he'd have to pull himself and pull his back legs, and, I just started thinking of, how painful that must be. I mean, I'm still second guessing. But, on the same token, Thursday night, he hissed at himself, and he was laying there. He had gotten in an awkward position. He was hissing at himself, and I'd read that was a sign of pain. They hiss at their pain because they don't understand it. He was lethargic. I had tried to give him medicine the other day, and he fought back. He was not an aggressive cat with me. He was the biggest love bug I've ever known. He didn't know a stranger. He was the friendliest cat in the world, and he loved everybody, and he loved pets. He never did anything to me, and he scratched me, and he yowled, and that was not him. That wasn't his personality. So I kept telling myself it was the right decision. So my son talked to the doctor. He came out and he said that it was time. We asked if we could do it outside. I didn't want him to pass in a cold clinic. So the vet agreed. So me and my son held him in our arms, and we petted him, and he was able to look out at the Appalachian Mountains. This beautiful blue sky. It's a beautiful day yesterday. And the last things that he saw were those beautiful mountains, and us hugging him and loving him. And then he went. So Tommy is in heaven with my mom now. And she always tried to convince me to give her one of my cats. Every time she'd come over, she'd be like, oh, I'm going to take that cat. Oh, I'm going to take this cat. And, Mommy, you have the bestest cat in the world.